Every competent adult has incontestable right to humankind, ultimate civil and personal liability. The right to die in a manner and at the time of their own choosing, says Dr. Humphrey, AssistedSuicide.org. Assisted suicide should be legalized in the United States today. We will discuss the pros of assisted suicide, then the ones, and finally how it should be every human's right to choose. We will start with the pros of assisted suicide to let a person who is terminally ill and decide when they are ready to die. And a major pro to this topic. The person is going to die with or without medical help, but without the medical help, they will suffer gradually, losing the loss of their own body and mind. To die with dignity, they get to decide when they should die and be able to have their bodily functions when they do. That leads me to my next point. If the person ends their life before any vital organs begin to shut down, their organs can be used to help save someone else's life. When the body starts shutting down, the organs become unusable, and if the person wanted to help save other lives when there was nothing to do for themselves, they should choose that too. Physicians be able to help a person in their life will also decrease the suicide rate in America. Suicides are mostly messy and uncivilized, and a lot of people who end up committing suicide, or in some case family members, and they are suffering for them, are terminally ill and will not survive for long, but have no other options. While there are many other pros to this, I will now tell you some of the cons. Some people religious believe that if you commit suicide, you're going to hell. So it is a tougher decision, but this con is more based on families. Failing after the person is always gone when some family member will have a hard time coping because of this reason. Most will feel okay that the person died no longer suffering, and the person who died was willing to risk whatever the religion told them what they made the decision. Another con is that other members of society that are not terminally ill but suffering from mental illness such as depression will try to use this law to end their life, but there can always be guidelines within the law to prevent this. Finally, the insurance companies might decide that with this law they shouldn't have to pay for life-saving treatments or want doctors to push for the dying with dignity law, but also they should not be able to decide these things. While some of these cons are a heavy burden to bear, it does not change the fact that it should be a person's right to choose that they feel. Finally, the last reason that I believe this should be legalized is that it should always be a person's right to choose to die with dignity. A person who has a terminally illness has no way of surviving, so there is a way to let them die on their terms when they are ready. They should have control of their own body, and that means the control to end the pain and suffering if they choose. All human beings should be able to keep their freedom over themselves that so many fight for every day, and that this choice should be linked into the category. These are the reasons why assisted suicide should be legalized in the United States. 86% of the general public is the United States agree that we should let a person die with dignity. There was a lady that she battled multiple sclerosis for 44 years. She didn't want to suffer anymore, so she went to the suicide clinic and got assistance in ending her life so that she didn't have to suffer anymore.